So then, Croydon's tallest. That looks really nice. Let's go and explore it. So then, in today's video, I'm going to be taking a look at the tallest skyscraper in Croydon. And this skyscraper is epic. Oh, goodness sake, shut up with that religious bullshit. This person doesn't shut up. Anyway, back to the video. Today I'm going to be taking a look at Croydon's tallest skyscraper, 49 floors high. And I climbed this while it was under construction multiple times, and I climbed the crane. So now it's finished and open, and I want to take a look at what it's like inside. It's got Cone MX32 lifts, so nice and fast, Croydon's fastest, and it's got 6 whole floors of residence facilities. 6 whole floors just for communal facility. Like, this is crazy how much facilities they've got in this. Probably the best I know of out of all the London skyscrapers. So I'm very keen to take a look inside. Next door to it is the conjoined twin towers. Apparently this counts as 2 towers, even though they're actually joined together. Inside it's got Tower A, Tower B, even though it's just 1 tower. And 2 cores that are joined together, so I call it conjoined twin towers. It looked really nice under construction, so I also climbed this under construction, and I'd rather it never got finished, because the finished skyscraper is shit. Look at bottle green cladding. They did a really bad job on the finish of this. Such a shame, because it had so much potential. Meanwhile, this one, the brand new tallest skyscraper, has got a much nicer exterior. So let's go inside and explore it. The lifts in this tower are Cone MX32 lifts. So then, here I am up on the 48th floor. This floor is entirely communal facilities. Let's take a look around. Wow, wedding cake looks small compared to up here. That's crazy. That is nice view, tallest building in Croydon. Oh, I remember that view. Last time I did that, this was under construction. The last time I was up here, the building hadn't quite topped out. It was about 2 floors away from being at full height, but that's the view I saw last time, looking down that steaming building. They did a terrible job on that. Look how ugly the exterior is. It's ugly bottle green, like how to ruin a skyscraper. So then, going back in time to when I explored this tower while it's still a building site, this here is the same view of looking down on the other tower while the tower I'm in was still a building site. And I had so much fun exploring this building site. I explored it multiple times. It was a very interesting construction site. You had the interesting setup with the crane, where the first crane then built the lift cores, then it constructed a second crane on top of the lift core, then constructed a building, then that then reconstructed the first crane, which then took down the second crane. And then there was just how fun it was exploring this massive tower. Building sites are really fun, especially when you got a crazy friend when at the top of the site climbs out across the metal structure to the Alibat Heck track above a massive drop. Oh, I just really miss those days when I was exploring this site every month. It was so fun. So then, back to the present day now this tower's complete. I'm currently on the 48th floor. Let's now go and take a look at the library. Wow, posh. What books they got? Probably just random books to look nice rather than anything that anyone would read probably. Wow, this is crazy. Although I'm not sure about the ceiling, it's a bit of a dark colour. I don't think that ceiling looks as good as it could do. It's a bit strange, but I think that's deliberate. But this is crazy. Another facility in a posh skyscraper that probably no one will ever use, but nevertheless it's still nice to have it. That building is still steaming as always. Oh, I can't get over that view of wedding cake. Wedding cake looks tiny. There's East Croydon Station. Those new buildings next to it, which are just Gen 2 shit. I'll get a quick towel. It's not that long till dark. I want to get a leg dangle, but it's still daylight. That's a lift up, little tiny petty platform lift for the cab. I need to go in this way. And now I got up to the 49th floor, which is the roof garden. Just trying to leg dangle it. Fuck, a bit wet though. Wow, it's a nice sky gun. This building is really good. Unlike the bottle green one next door, which turned out to be crap when it was finished and looked good under construction, this one, as well as being good under construction, is also good now it's finished. It's a much better tower than the one next door. Because when it's under construction, you never know how it's going to look when it's actually finished. Like this one looks nice, but they don't always. Sometimes they look really amazing under construction and finishing will be crap. No way, that looks so small, that one. I've rooftop that, and that's got a nice Mitsubishi. That's the one where they put anti-climb paint over the ladder to the rooftop to stop people like me. Looks tidy now. Oh, this is good. I really like this. Oh, that's your classic view of Croydon. Wow, it's a wet day. Stairs. Oh, that staircase is not much different actually. Let's try this. The platform is for the cab. It's fucking shit. Nope, need a key fob. Put this way in. Why have they not done anything to this floor? This looks terrible. Weird position for the G button just there.
So then, let's now go to the 47th floor. Just like the 48th floor, this also has yet more communal facilities.
47th floor. Let's have a look. If we can get through anything. Private dining. So your whole room. So as well as your dining room in your flat, I don't know if you have a friend around, you want to go to a private dining room, you can just go up here. It's just strange. Social private dining, communal cooking, dining lounge, private dining, social, what? Wow, it's like it got all this space which I had to occupy and I didn't know how to use it.
So then, down on the lower floors of the skyscraper, there's also even more communal facilities. So let's now go to the 3rd floor.
What the fuck is a podcast studio? Wow, I got everything here. A yoga spin studio. So this is where you spin around or something. You don't need a studio to do that. If you want to spin around, you can literally just stand here and go like that. You don't need a studio to spin. I don't get it. It's so Soviet looking. I had some Soviet lifts, but I wouldn't be as quick though. It's just weird. Like, of all the designs to have, they go for a Soviet design.
And let's now take a look at the 2nd floor.
Co-working lounge. Oh, more private dining. So this skyscraper's got 6 whole floors of facilities. Now, I've been to a lot of skyscrapers over the years. I like the big skyscrapers. I like looking around them, see what they're like. I've seen some with like 3 floors of facility and I thought, wow, that's amazing. But a lot of these skyscrapers are overpriced and loads of them all around London charge an absolute fortune. However, this one has got 6 whole floors of facility and I've checked the prices, but this is better than the others. So if you want to live in a skyscraper, I'm actually going to recommend this one. This is the best skyscraper for the amount of facility you get for what you pay.
So then, let's take a look at the prices. Now, this tower's only got studio apartments and 1-bed apartments. There's no 2-bed, 3-bed or anything bigger. It's only very small apartments. And a studio apartment goes for £1,600 per month. And a 1-bed apartment goes for £1,900 per month. Now, these are very small apartments, so that is very expensive. This one is just 300 square foot. Now, I certainly couldn't afford something that expensive, but this is skyscraper living. It costs a lot of money to live in a skyscraper. So let's compare this to other skyscrapers in London. So let's go over to Canary Wharf, where you've got Newfoundland Tower. And this is a very luxury tower, where a 3-bed apartment, so that is a lot bigger, but that goes for £1,200 per month. Fucking hell, some people have got money. But this has 1,560 square foot, so it's a lot bigger. So that's not really a good comparison. So let's look for something that's more comparable. If we go over to South Quay, there's this apartment which costs £2,800 per month. And this has 440 square foot. So if you then average out the price for how big it is, this skyscraper in Croydon does seem like it's on the reasonable value for the size considering what the competition is. But it's not just the size of the apartment that matters, it's also how much facility there is. And there's far more facilities in this tower in Croydon compared to all the other skyscrapers I know of around Canary Wharf and South Quay. So in terms of how much you get in terms of facility, it is very good value.
Most of these facilities, I don't think most people use. So if you lived here, you get most of this to yourself because most people just don't use it. I think always it's a great idea to live in a skyscraper, all of this. But I don't know really. It's weird to not make use of it since you're paying for it. So to make it a bit more Soviet, what I need to have is a sculpted concrete hand under the light, like that, so it looks like it's a hand holding the ball light, and that's like the ultimate communist sort of architecture style. If only I had that, it'd be even more Soviet. But I don't think that's the look they're going for in this place. I miss it when I climbed the crane when this was under construction. That's from here. More facility. Crazy. So much facility. Oh, I see, this is a dining area. So this is a lesser private dining, the communal dining. Like that. Then you've got the fully private dining, which is what they're doing in there. So you get a whole room just to yourself, just so when your family comes round, you've got a whole bigger space to eat in. Which means you don't have to buy as big a flat, I guess. So that's the point of it. Weird idea, though.
And now let's go down to the first floor.
There's a Hoover vending machine. I like that. You get a robot Hoover. An air mattress someone's already using it. I think you just borrow it, I think. How do you do this? Doesn't seem to be working. That's crazy. You can't open it until you request to borrow it. Then you shouldn't have to buy a Hoover, I guess. You just rent it each time. What video game you could sell? So you can rent a Nintendo Switch. But if you've got enough money to live in this place, I think you can afford to buy your own one rather than needing to rent one. So I don't really get the point of that. Then you've got the washing machine room. A lot of washing machines, but considering this tower has got 48 floors, probably not enough for how many people there are here. So yeah, if 48 floors of tower, that's not enough. Even though that's a lot, that's not enough. So you probably still need to own your own one unless you want to wait a very long time to wait for your washing machine to come through. Oh, that's the music room. Keyboard, drums. Now that is something I like, because if you're doing music, like unless you're going to put loads and loads of really good soundproofing in the flat, which then takes up space so your flat's been smaller, having a dedicated room where you can come play your music, where you can't necessarily do it in a flat if you wanted to play it really loud unless you use headphones, that's a really good idea. That's one facility I think I'd use a lot if I lived here. Well, it doesn't have a real piano, it's only got a keyboard, when real piano always feels nicer to play.
So, just to be clear, in this tower, the first floor, the second floor, the third floor, the 47th floor, the 48th floor, and the 49th floor are entirely communal facilities. As well as that, maybe you could even get ground floor as well. So that just shows you the amount of space you get in this tower is absolutely crazy.
Floor. Doors opening. Going up. Doors opening. Second floor. .39th floor. Doors opening.
So that's the one I've just done. Croydon's tallest, nice and tall. It's also a weird twin tower setup. Obviously only the taller towers worth seeing of that. Next to it's the bottle green one. Not quite as tall, but lifts are much slower. Only 3 metres a second in there, much slower lifts. That one's crap anyway, so I'm not really interested in seeing it. When I've been in it, it's really boring compared to that one. Very similar building, very similar design, but so much nicer on the actual finish. Anyway, we're now going to go to the next tower, which is this one. The fold. Oh shit, it's not even open yet. Nope. Oh, this is shit compared to the other one. Sky Lounge isn't open yet. Maybe I'm not seeing it in all this glory because the Sky Lounge isn't yet open, it's still a building site. These corridors are not great, are they really? And these lifts are not even that quick. They're not even 3 metres a second, considering MRL 5500 and like 2.5 metres a second. It's just not very good. MRL, that's built to the literal limits what MRLs can take. It's literally a typical cheap of the cheap. Oh, it's nice. 34 floors is still a nice skyscraper. I'm not trying to say it's not nice, but it's just not as good as the other ones. And when they're building 35 floors and they go MRL, they literally built it to that height. Because to go higher than 35, you then have to make the building a lot more stronger. You have to have a lot more structural design. You have to have windproofing. Then you have to have real lifts rather than MRL lifts. I'm not saying in a bad way, because I do like 5500, but it's just not good enough. So, I'm not trying to say these towers are bad, because that does look really nice. That's a stunning looking tower. But let's say you live somewhere really shit like I do. Let's say Chatham, absolute shithole. This tower, which is a smaller one, like that's the one I was just in, this is the smaller one. That for Chatham would be really nice. Imagine Chatham having a building like that, it'd be like, that's the best building in Medway if we had out. But then this one, you'd never get something at all in Medway. Like Chatham would never have a building that good. So normally I'd say this is an excellent building. The only reason why I'm disappointed is it's just not as good as that one, which is the first one I did, which is just so much better. Like this tower would be nice, but it's just such a shame I had to cheapen out for MRLs. Oh, it's literally built at that height. That's literally the height limit before you have to build better towers. Because once you go above that height, you then have to have really good structure, you then have to have all the wind protection, you have to have all the building sway protection, and you have to have proper lifts with motor rooms. 5400 is a nice lift, but not for that many floors. That's just inadequate, especially when it's a bigger one, it only goes 2.5 metres a second rather than 3. It's crap.